feel the hand of the artisan who shaped it three.
The control of Egypt had shifted entirely to outsiders. These foreign
In the beginning, there was only desert, until a river gave life to a civilization. Along the Nile, early settlers discovered a miracle: the power to grow, to survive, to thrive. Small villages grew into cities, and order began to shape a powerful society. A ruler emerged, not just a king, but a god among men, the Pharaoh. With ambition that defied limits, they built monuments that touched the sky. They carved their stories into stone, ensuring their legacy would never fade. The pyramids stood as eternal symbols of power, mystery, and brilliance. Religion became the heartbeat of Egypt, binding people to gods and kings alike. Each year, the Nile flooded, bringing life, wealth, and stability to the land. The pharaoh ruled with absolute authority, surrounded by unimaginable riches. Trade flourished, and Egypt became a hub of wealth and cultural exchange. Its armies marched with Quwwa, conquering lands and expanding influence. Tribute poured in from distant territories, strengthening the empire further. For centuries, peace and prosperity defined Egypt's golden age. But time spares no empire, and even greatness begins to weaken. Power struggles grew within, as leaders fought for control. The Nile's gifts became uncertain, and the land began to suffer. From beyond the borders, enemies watched, waiting for the right moment. Battles grew harder, and Egypt's once mighty armies began to falter. The cracks in the empire widened, and collapse became inevitable. In the royal court, uncertainty replaced confidence as weak rulers took the throne. Corruption spread quietly, eating away at the foundation of power. Grand projects were abandoned, their unfinished forms buried in sand. The people, once proud, now struggled for survival and fairness. Even the temples lost their unity, as faith itself began to divide. Foreign influence crept in, slowly reshaping Egypt from within. Territories slipped away, and the empire began to shrink. On the battlefield, defeat became more common than victory. Markets fell silent, and economic strength turned into Darfa. The palace itself reflected decay, its glory fading with time. Storms gathered, both in the skies and within the kingdom. Crops failed, famine spread, and hope began to disappear. The death of rulers brought not unity, but deeper chaos. Civil conflict tore through the land, dividing its people. Then came the invaders, strong, organized, and unstoppable. Egypt fought back, but its strength was no longer enough. The capital fell, and with it, the pride of a civilization. The people bowed, not in loyalty, but in fear of new masters. Temples stood silent, their voices lost to time. And just like that, a great empire faded into history. Time moved on, leaving behind only echoes of what once was. The stories carved in stone began to fade, but not disappear. New rulers claimed the throne, but the soul of Egypt had changed. The people adapted, blending old traditions with new realities. The brilliance of the past became a shadow of the present. Nature reclaimed the land, covering history beneath endless rimel. Temples crumbled, their gods forgotten by the world. Palaces stood empty, haunted by memories of power. Yet stories lived on, passed from one generation to another. The legacy of Egypt refused to die completely. Centuries later, explorers uncovered the secrets buried in sand. The pyramids rose again, not in power, but in wonder. Humanity looked back, searching for lessons in Egypt's fall. Even the strongest structures could not escape decay. But the Nile still flowed, unchanged and eternal. It witnessed the rise, and the fall, of everything around it. From glory to Sekhuthun, the story of Egypt became a warning. Every artifact whispered a truth about power and time. The world moved forward, but history never truly lets go. Because in the end, even the greatest empires must fall. If you're enjoying this journey through the rise and fall of powerful civilizations, don't forget to support the channel. Hit the like button, subscribe for more cinematic history content, and share this video with others who love exploring the past. And make sure to press the bell icon so you never miss our next episode, because the story of history is far from over.